Hello everyone, in this video I'll be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Imran Riaz Khan to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let's go through the key developments and insights in Imran Riaz Khan's words. Viewers, the incident that occurred in Wadi Tirah, this tragic, heartbreaking event, has caused an uproar not just in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, but all across Pakistan. People on social media are expressing deep sorrow and pain. Everywhere, in every household, the same question is being asked. What was the fault of these innocent children and women? Here's an elderly man, look at his face. He was giving an interview and telling that 9 children, 6 women, and 4 men of his own family were killed or martyred in this incident. This elderly man didn't hide anything. He clearly said 4 men, 9 children, and 6 women were among the dead. So tell me, what kind of terrorists were they? That they were killed with bombings, their homes were destroyed, and their bodies were pulled out from the debris. While on one hand this tragedy was unfolding, on the other hand, Pakistani media was forced to describe the victims as something else. Let me show you a screenshot from ARY News. And this isn't just about ARY, don't focus only on them. This is the condition of the entire Pakistani media. Even if the media wants to speak the truth, it cannot. The media has compromised in exchange for huge sums of money. Ever since the regime change, bags full of money were distributed. Wealthy media owners were rewarded with cash, and after that they blindly followed whatever the establishment told them to broadcast. Look at this news by ARY: terrorists bomb factory destroyed in Tirah. 24 killed. They used the word killed, which is reserved for terrorists, while ordinary citizens are referred to as martyrs. This is ARY's coverage, and the rest of the media reported similarly. I don't have any personal grudge against ARY, but other outlets did the same thing. Why didn't they show the tiny, innocent faces of those terrorists, the children who were martyred? Why not show the women who died? Label them as terrorists too, then. They simply aired the narrative handed to them by the establishment. Without any independent journalism, without fact-checking how these people died or what kind of bombing took place. Let me remind you, something similar happened 19 years ago. Back then, a DG ISPR named Major General Shaukat Sultan made a statement. On October 30th, 2006, a tragic event occurred, a United States drone strike in Bajar, in which 69 children and 80 civilians were martyred. Major General Shaukat Sultan said in a press conference in English, "We carried out a strike this morning and successfully knocked out the compound of the madrasa. Let me tell you, there were no women or children inside that madrasa. The madrasa was being used by miscreants for militant training, and there were no civilian houses within 100 meters of the madrasa, so there is no collateral damage whatsoever." That's what was said at the time. The media broadcast it as is, but later it was revealed that it was indeed a United States drone strike, and there were many children present who were killed. Today the same pattern is being followed. A statement is issued, the media broadcasts it, and sources are used to shape the narrative. This has created a wartime environment in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. But the provincial government denies it. We must always remember that Pakistani media did not dare speak up when unarmed citizens were being killed, when innocent women and children were being martyred. Meanwhile, the Foreign Minister of Pakistan posts pictures of Palestinian children daily and writes emotional statements. He is also head of the military, and if he wanted, he could authorize the use of military power in Palestine. But he doesn't. Instead, he blames Muslim countries and Arab leaders, saying they'll be cursed by the blood of innocent children. Now, we've even signed a defense agreement with Saudi Arabia. Yet this foreign minister hasn't posted even one image of the Pakistani children killed in Wadi Tirah. The Khyber Pakhtunkhwa government was also silent for a long time. Eventually, a statement came from Ali Amin Gandapur, but his video had no audio. Normally he issues proper statements, but this time, nothing. Let's look at what PTI, or Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, said officially. Sheikh Waqas Akram responded on behalf of PTI. Last night's tragic incident in Wadi Tirah destroyed many homes and resulted in the loss of many precious lives, including innocent children. PTI expresses deep sorrow and grief over this incident. We stand in solidarity with the families of the martyrs. But the military says these were not martyrs, but rather killed terrorists. Media is running with that version. A bomb exploded in a terrorist factory. Terrorists were killed. PTI says, we are deeply saddened. We pray for the martyrs and for the speedy recovery of the injured. Imran Khan's policy was always that such actions not only harm peace and security, but are part of a conspiracy against PTI's government and the people's mandate. The Khyber Pakhtunkhwa government, run by PTI, has also announced compensation of 1 crore PKR per martyr's family, which is around $33,000. But here's the contradiction. If they were terrorists, why is the provincial government giving them 1 crore each? That elderly man lost 19 family members, so will he now get 19 crores? What will he even do with that money? He lost 9 children, 6 women, 4 men. His entire family is gone. His videos are now circulating on social media. He's in the last phase of his life himself. Where will he take that money? PTI's official statement also said, civilian deaths as a result of anti-terror operations are absolutely unacceptable. This sentence is crucial. It confirms that the bombings were part of an anti-terror operation conducted by the security forces, and in the course of that, civilians were martyred. Now they are calling this collateral damage, but in your own country there's no such thing as acceptable collateral damage. It is the duty of the security forces to safeguard civilian lives, even at the cost of other losses. That's why they are recruited, for sacrifice, not for convenience. Collateral damage is used when you attack in enemy territory, where you say, it's okay if their civilians die, they're not our people. But when you're operating in your own country, you must ensure that not a single innocent person dies, no matter what the cost. In this case, nearly 24 civilians were killed, and in a single incident. Then PTI said, we will take effective actions in Bajar for restoring peace. Ensuring public trust and protection of life, property and constitutional rule is our top priority. We will continue our efforts for this cause. Now here are a few unanswered questions. First, PTI did not say who carried out the operation. Second, they didn't say how it happened. Third, they didn't say what kind of investigation is underway. Fourth, they didn't clarify what legal action is being taken. And fifth, they didn't say who is responsible. All they said was, we are saddened, they were martyrs, we're giving compensation. They also subtly cleared the military's name by saying civilian deaths as a result of anti-terror operations are unacceptable. This one sentence says everything. Even after all this, PTI's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa government continues to behave apologetically. Imran Khan's policy used to be different. Now Murad Saeed has given a much stronger statement than usual. Previously, Murad Saeed avoided direct confrontation with the provincial government, but this time he has spoken firmly. Murad Saeed said the provincial government should register an FIR in its jurisdiction against those who martyred people in the Tirah Valley using fighter jets. They demolish homes over fake furs, yet they cannot arrest those responsible for the killing of so many martyrs. Either you demolish houses over fake furs, or you file real cases against criminals. This is the point Murad Saeed is making. He is urging the cabinet to convene a meeting, clarify its position, and publicly hold these criminals accountable, moving toward practical actions. This statement by Murad Saeed was shared in the group formed by Imran Khan and his loyal party members. He further said, stop selling the targeted operation narrative. Whoever continues to sell this fake narrative should be disowned. Don't you know who wants to seize control of the mineral resources? Don't you know who desires a regime change in the neighborhood? Don't you know who wants to maintain prolonged control? Murad Saeed made a very straightforward statement and posted it in the group linked to Imran Khan's loyalists. Murad Saeed is known to be one of Imran Khan's loyal companions, but even he seems to have reached his limit now. Earlier there were drone attacks, now full-fledged strikes are being carried out using fighter jets. Murad Saeed believes the targeted operation story is a fraud. A real military operation is underway in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, worsening the situation. Everyone knows how these militants were brought in and who brought them, how terrorism reached here. Even children today are aware of the truth. Murad Saeed bluntly spoke all these facts. Now, viewers, I've told you the statement of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, or PTI, and also of Murad Saeed. Imran Khan's stance on these matters is frequently presented to you. But if these people are terrorists, why is the provincial government giving them support? Interestingly, other political parties are unusually silent. They're calculating whether to say something or stay quiet. For example, Gandapur remained completely silent for 20 hours after the incident. When a protest was announced towards the Corps Commander House and major political alliances along with local leadership joined in, then Gandapur came to his senses. He condemned the incident and announced compensation of 10 million rupees for each martyr's family. Now let me read you Imran Khan's latest statement. After that, I will also update you on developments regarding Donald Trump and the UN in America. Imran Khan said, "The false Toshakhana 2 case has completely collapsed, as the witness whose statement was used to build the case has been proven false in court. There is no justification for dragging this case further. Even the prosecution's witnesses, Brigadier Ahmed and Colonel Rehan, have testified that all documentation for the gifts taken from Toshakhana was complete. Despite this, the hearings continue. If political revenge is the motive, then both Bushra Bibi and I should be acquitted this week in this false case. Otherwise, if revenge is not the aim, justice must prevail." The Al-Qadir Trust case has also been adjourned indefinitely. I still hope the court will deliver justice based on merit and law in all these cases. Mohsin Naqvi has ruined cricket just like Asim Munir has ruined Pakistan. Every institution in the country is in shambles. Cricket is the only sport that the entire nation enjoys. Ever since cricket has been handed to Mohsin Naqvi, it's been a disaster. In 2021, the Pakistani team had defeated India by 10 wickets. That was a confident team. Now, the only way this current setup can win a match is if Asim Munir and Mohsin Naqvi are sent as opening batsmen, Sikandar Sultan Raja and Qazi Fayazisa as umpires, and Doga as third umpire. This seems to be the only way they can win. Asim Munir must reflect on what he has done to prolong his illegitimate rule. First, he ended democracy. He staged a false flag on May 9th and crushed the country's largest political party. Then he stole the 2/3 majority the people gave me on February 8th and handed power to those thieves who have done nothing but loot public money. Even dictator Musharraf, despite his wrongdoings, had some public support because, 1, he freed the media, and 2, he held the 2 most corrupt families, Sharif and Zardari, accountable. Now, by imposing this convicted corrupt mafia again, the country has been pushed back decades. Through the 26th Amendment, judicial independence has been snatched, turning the judiciary into a government department. Still, the judges who stand for the rule of law and supremacy of the Constitution are commendable. They are heroes of the nation, and the whole country stands behind them. These judges have carried the flag of truth in the toughest of times. On the other hand, the judges who have bowed to Asim Munir will never be forgiven by history or the people. He continued, "The reign of oppression in the country has intensified. The moral system has been completely destroyed and human rights violations are at their peak. People are being thrown in jail and illegally sentenced through military courts. This continues without accountability or fear." Speaking of military trials, let me pause here. A major development has occurred. It's been 135 days since the Supreme Court of Pakistan ruled that civilians could not be tried in military courts. That judgment was historic. The detailed verdict has just come out, 135 days later. Both the short and detailed judgments said the government must pass legislation within 45 days to allow those sentenced by military courts to appeal in high courts. But even after 135 days, no such law has been enacted. If this were about someone's service extension, it would have been passed overnight. We all know that. But this important legislation has still not been completed. Imran Khan further said, "I know who in our party is still approaching the establishment. I want to send a message to Ali Amin, Barrister Saif and Barrister Gahar completely sever contact with the establishment. If the establishment has anything to say, they should come to Adiala jail and talk to me directly. The more you try to negotiate with them, the more they increase their oppression and try to crush our party. What kind of inhumane act is this that in Gujranwala, Qasim Khokar, who was innocent and imprisoned for 2 years, was not even given proper medical treatment, and he died in jail? Several other workers have died after being released from jail. I extend my condolences to their families. The entire nation must participate in the September 27th Peshawar rally. This rally is for the rule of law, free media, an independent judiciary, and the restoration of democracy. The entire nation must rise with one voice. Ali Amin Gandapur should organize this rally, and Junaid Akbar should assist him. The entire party and its workers must work hard to make this a historic rally. Meanwhile, Shahbaz Sharif has travelled from London to the United States to attend the United Nations General Assembly session. There, he's expected to meet Donald Trump. Reports say Trump will meet leaders from various Asian countries, including Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Indonesia, Turkey, Pakistan and Jordan. It's unclear whether these meetings will be joint or one-on-one or just brief encounters of 5 to 10 minutes, but meetings with Trump are scheduled. He will also meet leaders from Ukraine, Argentina and the European Union. A big issue with Trump is that Western countries are recognizing Palestine, which irritates and bothers him. He wants some of these countries to also recognize Israel, as the United States supports Israel. We all know this. Now, after the United Kingdom, Australia, Canada and Portugal, France has also announced recognition of Palestine. An embassy of Palestine has been formally established in the United Kingdom with its flag raised and full diplomatic status granted. This is major news. Trump will try to push more countries to recognize Israel to create balance. Trump also made a rather blunt statement about Saudi Arabia. He said, "We protect Saudi Arabia. Yes, they're rich. I love the king. But I told him, king, without us, your regime wouldn't last 2 weeks. So you need to pay for the military." This is a very harsh statement. Trump told them to cover the costs of the American military protecting Saudi Arabia. This is Trump's unique way of offering protection. Now, considering Pakistan and Saudi Arabia have signed new agreements, we'll see how the American president reacts. Time will tell, but that Trump statement is already on record and I shared it for context. That wraps up our translation of Imran Riaz Khan's video. I hope this English version helped you understand his message better. Please like, share and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.